Hi, welcome to day 5. Groot and I are here to teach you about how to be an observer to your thoughts and events. Why would I want to be an observer? How many times have you had something that happens and it's just emotionally overwhelming and you have these thoughts and they just keep coming and keep coming, kind of like Groot sitting on your shoulder saying, I Groot, over and over and over in your head, to where you really start believing those thoughts. That's why we'd want to become the observer and taking those thoughts and putting them somewhere a little bit further away to be a different perspective of what we're experiencing. Okay, so think of it this way. We are in these situations. We have two people and they're angry and upset with each other, and they say something hurtful. I don't like your dress. And this person says, well, I don't like your dress and your shoes. They're both ugly. Why is it the second person replies back and wants to hurt back? It's our just natural man tendency. And inside, I know we really don't want to do it, because inside we're innately good and we want to be kind and loving to people, but it's really hard whenever they say something hurtful to us to not say something hurtful back. But if I can take myself and remove myself and change my perspective, then I can see them in a different way. The scripture talks about how with God everything is possible. Part of that is because if we can, first of all, ask God to be with us and ask Him to help us to have a different perspective, to be able to have a different way of understanding people and situations, then He will be able to help us. And that's part of our hear Him, is learning a skill every day. And the skill today is going to help you to be able to not get into these thinking patterns to where you have pervasive negative thoughts that just keep coming over and over. So let's go back to our little situation. How can I get out of it to where I don't want to say something hurtful back? It's taking a step back, being the watcher, the observer to what's going on, seeing this person for who they really are, that they're hurting, and I, instead of hurting them back, saying something like, wow, it seems like maybe you're really hurt about the way your dress looks, or about something. Do you want to talk about it? Or instead of saying, if we did say something hurtful back, being able to say, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to do that. The other thing would be learning to be an observer to our thoughts. Many people think that their thoughts are who they are. Our thoughts are just thoughts, our feelings are feelings. Some people think feelings are facts. So let's say Stacy is my friend and she says, you know what, I don't want to be your friend anymore because you're mean. And my thought is, oh, I'm mean, people don't want to be my friends. And I believe that thought to be who I am. So the next person that I meet, I think, oh, they don't want to be my friend because I'm mean and I'm not a good friend. And so I don't even try to be friends with them. Maybe I'm already friends with the person and I think, oh, I'm going to call up Lisa because I really want to talk to her. And I think, oh, but I'm not a good friend, so she probably doesn't want to talk to me. And besides that, I'm mean because I have believed what my thought was. Kind of like whenever Groot says something over and over and over, you go, Groot, come on. How can I not believe you? Because it just plays over and over in my head. So becoming the observer to the thought is the way to be able to look at it and remove myself from it and notice it as a thought. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a meditation to be able to have a look of removing ourselves and watching, becoming the watcher to our thoughts. And we're also going to do a visualization. So this will be an introduction to how to do a visualization where you visualize where you are. Usually I like to visualize somewhere in nature, the mountains, the ocean, the snow, an island, and then I just think of all of the things that are there. And we're going to practice that today. So get comfortable in your chair. We're going to do 3 big deep breaths in, big deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. One more. And now this last breath, breathe with your eyes closed. Being aware of all of the thoughts in your mind. And we're going to have them be clouds today. And all of them gently float up and out of your mind, leaving it completely. Now I just want you to be present in your mind with it being still and uncluttered, free of thought, calm and peaceful. And today we are going to open a door in our mind, and it's going to take us to a field. So as you open the door, we open up to this giant field of wildflowers. All around the field are mountains, green with trees, as far as the eye can see. The sky is blue, the sun is shining, and you walk out into this field of grass and flowers. I want you to sit, and we're going to be aware of our five senses. First of all, we're going to be aware of what we see. The grass as it sways in the wind, the wildflowers, different colors, light purple, light yellow, white, dotted all over the field, some in clumps, some scattered about. Notice how they sway as the wind moves them back and forth. The sky, how it's a vibrant blue, and there's no clouds at all in the sky today. The mountains, how they seem so far away, and yet they kind of seem close, like you're in a valley. You can see the green all along them, but you can't make out the trees because they're too far away. And the jagged shape of the mountains as you see the peaks as they rise up. Now I want you to be aware of what you feel. The sun warm on your back, the smell of the wildflowers in the grass, the smell of damp earth, fresh air, breathing it in deeply and smiling, accepting all that's around you. Be aware of what you hear. Silence, the gentle sound of the wind, a bird that flies by here and there, the sound of a bee buzzing by. And beyond the sounds of the nature things around you, there's no sound of any man-made airplanes or cars, just silence. Be aware of what you feel. Run your hand along the ground, noticing that it's damp and you can feel the grass as it grows up. Now, imagine running your finger up the blade of grass, feeling how it's soft and yet sharp, thin and pointed. Notice as you run your hand along the stem of a flower, how it's hard and smooth, and the petals of the flower are soft and fuzzy. The leaves are more fuzzy and soft and longer. Feel the breeze in your hair and on your face. Feel your clothing on your body, the dirt under your feet. Now I want you to imagine laying back in this meadow, and you look up, and your thoughts that you have in your head are going to now become clouds that float by. So just notice if a thought's presented as we have done this visualization. Just recognize it for what it is. It's a thought. See it floating above you and saying, this is just a thought. It's not who I am. It doesn't determine who I am or my beliefs. Notice when another thought presents, and again have it gently raise up out of your head, float across the sky, recognizing it just as a thought. You can do the same thing with feelings. Whenever you feel something, let the feeling wash over you, listening to it and being aware of it, and then let it go. Feelings aren't facts. Feelings don't make up who we are, but it's recognizing it for a feeling, just to be aware of it and being able to feel them and let them go and not hold on to them and shove them deeper, which brings us anxiety and depression. It's the same with our thoughts. We hold on to them and believe that they define who we are. They continue to grow in negativity many times and bring anxiety or depression. Go ahead and continue this practice for about 30 more seconds, listening to the music and just being aware of your thoughts. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers and your toes. Open your eyes. Be fully aware in your body. And we'll see you tomorrow.